There are many corporations within the Star Wars galaxy that manufactured military equipment for the major factions. However, none of them had quite the impact that Sienar Fleet Systems did. So I figured today we'll take a look at exactly what Sienar Fleet Systems was, what they built, and the role they played. I'm Colin, and this is Sci-Fi Deep Dive. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, to head down below and hit that subscribe button. So many of us are probably familiar with Sienar Fleet Systems' largest contribution to galactic history, the TIE series, but their history actually begins way before that, and I'm going to jump in right there. So the earliest chronological ship that we know of designed by Sienar Fleet Systems was the Scimitar, which we see utilized by Darth Maul during the Phantom Menace. This ship was a very unique stealth vessel that was originally designed for this specific clientele. Their expertise with stealth vessels would ultimately lead them to a project carried out by the Republic immediately before and then during the very early months of the Clone Wars, developing a stealth Corvette. The same type of stealth Corvette that we see very effectively utilized during the Battle of Christophsis to smuggle supplies to the Republic holdout forces on the ground there. But that wasn't Sienar's only major contribution to the Republic's war effort during the Clone Wars. You see, we start to see a trend with shuttles during that conflict. 3 wings with one pointed straight up, and the 2 side wings that fold up for landing and storage. This design would become popular under the Galactic Empire, but was actually originally proposed by Sienar Fleet Systems, at the time named Republic Sienar Systems. However, while Republic Sienar Systems did propose the design, they didn't actually manufacture it, instead coaxing a company named Cygnus Spaceworks to do the construction. With the end of the Clone Wars and the rise of the Galactic Empire, Republic Sienar Systems transitioned into Sienar Fleet Systems, and took over a lot more of the manufacturing role, and engaged in some of their most ambitious and iconic projects. For starters, they took over the shuttle manufacturing programs from Cygnus Spaceworks, and began work on the shuttles that would become iconic under the Galactic Empire. Things like the Lambda-class shuttle, which we see used extensively through the entire reign of the Empire, and the Delta-class shuttle, which we see utilized by Krennic during Rogue One. They also begin dipping their toes into capital ship construction with several Imperial secret projects, most notably the Interdictor-class cruisers. The Interdictor-class cruisers were a secret Imperial project designed to build a weapon system to pull ships out of hyperspace, and while they would never be a super common sight in the galaxy, they were still manufactured in some numbers by Sienar Fleet Systems, which actually headed the development and research part of its construction as well, which leads to their most prominent creation, the TIE series. During the later days of the Clone Wars, the Galactic Republic, and later the Galactic Empire, learned the benefits of a small, light, cheap, fast attack craft. Something that could be manufactured in crazy numbers, deployed in crazy numbers, and could overwhelm enemies simply by outnumbering them 10-1 on the battlefield. Sienar Fleet Systems answered this call with their twin-ion engine starfighter, or TIE Fighter. The original TIE Fighter was such an immense success with the Galactic Empire that they quickly ordered variants and modifications on it to fill other roles. Sienar Fleet Systems quickly found themselves not just producing shuttles for the Galactic Empire, and even some small capital ships, but the entirety of the Imperial starfighter complement, from the standard TIE LN starfighter to the TIE bombers, the TIE interceptors, and the TIE Reapers. But with their main customer being the Galactic Empire, Sienar fell on hard times after the fall of the Galactic Empire. Things got so rough on Sienar Fleet Systems that they were actually forced to merge with another company, becoming Sienar-Jaemus Fleet Systems. However, it wasn't long after that they were contacted by some mysterious faction in the unknown regions. This mysterious customer offered them a large amount of money to manufacture war equipment for a new military. And they quickly went to work building an entire new line of their iconic TIE fighters with advanced equipment, adding things like hyperdrives and even shields to some of them, making them far more effective in combat. You see, the faction offering them this money to manufacture these weapons would end up being the First Order, and the products designed and manufactured by Sienar-Jaemus Fleet Systems would once again go on to form the backbone of this new Imperial military. Still, Sienar made its impact on the galaxy with their iconic TIE Fighter line and the Lambda shuttle, as well as the things they manufactured for the First Order. If you'd like to learn more about the TIE Fighter itself, like its design and how the Empire actually used these fighters, I'll leave a link up here to my video on that. And I'd like you to let me know down in the comments whether you think it was a good idea for the Galactic Empire to put all their starfighter eggs in the Sienar Fleet Systems basket. Do you think it would have been smart for them to sort of diversify which companies were manufacturing their military equipment, or do you think it makes sense to just give a huge contract to one company? And if you have anything else you'd like to see me cover in Star Wars, leave it down below in the comments. Last but not least, if you enjoyed this video, head down below, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon so you get notified when I upload new videos. So for Sci-Fi Deep Dive, I'm Colin, and I will see you next time.